What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Rod Too Deep, back at it again with another video. In this video, I'm going to be starting a new series on this channel where I'll review and give my thoughts on the anime Yu Yu Hakusho Ghost File series. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've never watched the series before, so these will be my raw thoughts and reactions. For this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the first episode of the anime. Now let's get into it. In the opening scene, we see the main character, Yusuke, get struck by a vehicle as he is trying to save a kid from getting hit by a speeding car. While successful, he is quickly surrounded by bystanders who witnessed the crash. Shockingly, he is one of the ones surrounding his body because it seems as though he was killed after getting hit by the car. He's quick to assume that he may in fact be a ghost during his recollection of the events leading up to him being later killed. I love the scene between him and one of his classmates, Keiko, I believe, on the roof of the school. Wasn't expecting them to be such a perv. Looking up her dress is crazy. When going into the show, I was off the assumption that he would be some tough guy who has a more serious tone to him. But so far, while though he is tough as nails, he has a comedic side to him as well. Also wasn't expecting him to be so young. He's about 14 years old, and he didn't strike me as a kid off the memes I would occasionally see of him on my timeline. The scene where one of the two classmates were lying, claiming that he was his cousin, was hilarious. I don't mess with the school staff member that was so keen on him supposedly causing trouble. I know he's a bad kid, but he clearly has it out for him. I have a feeling I won't like him that much in the series, and I'm referring to the school staff member. His counselor seems like he's the only person who has the best interest of Yusuke outside of his mama, who we see afterwards at his home. Crazy thing is, I would have just went to his office like his counselor was trying to get him to, because he may still be alive right now if he had listened. Unless he would have died in another way. The altercation that he had with Kazuma was hilarious. He really rocked him with that punch. This is the energy I was expecting from his character. When it comes to his mother, it seems as though she is over his troublemaking ways and that she may not be doing the best financially. She is quick to say that he can stop going to school. It's too much money anyway. I like Yusuke for taking the time to entertain a small boy and attempt to educate him on the dangers of playing so close to a busy street with a ball. As you can see, the little boy is hard-headed. We then meet Botan, who is basically the Grim Reaper. She currently can't take him to heaven or hell and claims that his death was in vain and a shock. And even essentially God himself would have never thought that he would risk his life to save the boy. She lets him know that there is a way that he can bring himself back to life. Initially, Yusuke is holding strong on the fact that it would be better if he just stayed dead. Everyone would be happy not having him around to cause chaos anymore, and it would make his mother's life a whole lot easier. She then recommends that Yusuke goes to his wake and to see if he changes his stance on not wanting to come back to life. When he goes to his wake and sees his classmate Keiko crying, he is confused and noticeably bothered by this. Seeing his mother crying so hard about him as he stands by her side in her house affects him as well, but he doesn't show too much emotion about it. When the little boy and his mother show up to the wake, Yusuke watches them both as they pray for him. A few scenes ago with Botan, he let her know that he wanted to go see if the little boy that he had saved suffered any serious injuries. That's when Botan showed him that he was all good when she took him to the hospital, and that he would have been good either way, even if he had got hit by the car. Telling Yusuke that he would have miraculously survived being hit by the speeding vehicle, even if he hadn't ran into the street to push him out of the way. I was hurt when a little boy had asked his mother why his big brother was in a box. The mother handled that question a lot better than I would have, for sure. Hats off to her. Kazuma having to be dragged out of the wake was a very emotional scene. It shows a mixture of hate and love that he has for Yusuke. I didn't like the two school staff members talking bad about Yusuke at his own wake, and thinking of his death in a money standpoint. I was happy to see Yusuke's counselor really give it to them and let them know how wrong they were for their cruel words. This just proves my point earlier in the video to be correct. He really is one of the only adults in that show so far that really wants what's best for Yusuke, and he hates that he never got to make good of himself and prove everyone wrong before his death. I would say overall that this wake was a wake-up call for Yusuke. It shows how much of an impact he has on his community, whether it be in a positive or a negative way. To end off the episode, Botan and Yusuke speak again. He asked her about the trial that he would have to take in order to be brought back to life and what it would entail. But she doesn't even know that either, so I'm questioning what she really can do for him at this point. But Yusuke does end up confirming that he will undergo the trial, so she was right to have him watch his weight before making a decision. So she's not so useless as of now. She then tells him to follow her and drags him off as she flies in the air on a broomstick. When Yusuke ends up questioning her about where they're going, she told him that they're heading to the other world. I'm interested in seeing what this other world is. Like, is it essentially the purgatory, or are they already in the purgatory? And is this going to be something completely different? That's really just a big question that I have right now. She does mention that there is a man there that can explain everything to him in regards to returning him back to his life. Okay, y'all, that was my first ever review of the Yu Yu Hakusho anime. I'm looking forward to making more episode reviews on this series. Let me know your thoughts of the episode down below. And until next time, stay blessed, keep progressing, and stay true to yourselves. Peace.